Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this weather presentation for July 23rd, 2019. You may notice that my face is on the bottom left of the screen today, and if you did watch my video with my severe weather coverage, you did see that when I used the My Radar app, I still have my face on the top right, and a lot of the weather graphics were getting cut off a lot, so hopefully being on the bottom left will help more. Just make sure you know that my face is on the bottom left. But this will only be when I use this app right here, My Radar, because a lot of the graphics are on the right side of the screen. So we will be looking at that today. As always, please consider subscribing as well as dropping a like and ring the bell notifications to never miss one of my videos again. And please look in the description for other videos of mine with superior weather content that you won't find anywhere else. And please make sure that if you're going to look at one of my videos in my description, please click read more so you can see all of the videos that are there. And as a way of donating, please consider watching the whole video. I think you guys know the drill by now. Anyway, we're going to be talking about some tropical disturbances and also a little bit of severe weather coverage on top of that. But first, let's talk about the remnants of 3. I was watching this morning before I went off to camp, and I was like, could this become Chantal? And I didn't think the chances were good, but as I was watching the weather channel, Jim Cantori, one of the guys on there, was saying it was the high resolution modeling was giving it some spin. So it did not become Chantal, because if it did, it would have said remnants of Chantal, but it doesn't. It says remnants of 3, so it became a depression and stayed a tropical depression. So if we do get a named storm in the northern Gulf, which is another area to watch, that would be Chantal. And you can see there was no history of tropical storm force winds, as you can see. If we go to wind history, no history of tropical storm force or hurricane winds. But it does have a nice little swirl on the satellite. 20% chance of development here. This is where the storm is located, just south of near like south of New Orleans, and it's gonna kind of meander around the northern Gulf, and it has a 20% chance to form over the next 5 days. I mean, that's been like that since like this morning or last night, so outlook really hasn't changed at all. Here's the remnants of 3. Minimum central pressure did go up from 1012 to 1013. Again, maximum winds 35, gusts of 45 miles an hour. The radius of circulation is looking a little bit tighter at 90 nautical miles, as opposed to it was like 110 before or something like that. Then the radius maximum wind stands about 50 nautical miles from the center, which I do believe it is around 70. I don't know when nautical. Let's look it up real quick. Nautical mile. So the radius of maximum wind goes 57 miles from the center, and the circulation is 103 miles in diameter. So there you go, nautical miles to miles. I'm not going to look at the intensity guidance because a lot of models are saying it's going to go back to tropical storm status. Yes, it will, but non-tropically. It's going to strengthen, but it's going to get absorbed by a cold front. So it's not going to strengthen tropically. It's just going to be, an old non-tropical low. I just want to focus on where it's going, because some modeling takes it close to the, Maryland and Jersey and Long Island. Some of the modeling does that, but we'll see. Yeah, but it could get absorbed by a cold front very well and just go out to sea. If it does get strengthened by a cold front, gets dragged in that direction, it could certainly generate some waves. Might want to watch out there, especially like middle late this week. Might want to watch out for that storm might generate some big waves if it stays close enough to the coast. Real quick, I did tell you guys in my last video or the video before that the next ENSO wrap up to determine what's El Nino, what's La Nina, the outlook and where it is. That has come out today, July 23rd, and it's still the same. It's at inactive, which means it could be either or at this point. It's inactive. This means that there is a little sign of El Nino or La Nina developing in the coming months. The criteria will continue to be assessed assessed each fortnight. I don't know why fortnight spelled like that, but FORTNIGHT. But assessed each night is what it's trying to say. The status will be upgraded when the criteria and expert assessment indicated increase in a chance of ENSO event developing. So, basically, what to take out of all of that is that it can go either way at this point. But let's just say that there's a better chance of a very weak El Nino. There's a better chance of that happening than a very weak La Nina. Let's just put it that way. But neutral looks like it has the most chance, or the best chance to develop. And that could mean more hurricane activity, just like the 2017, 2018 were neutral years during the hurricane season as well. Trade wind anomalies, above average trade winds, that is a La Nina factor. Again, as I say every time I do this, La Nina factor, El Nino factor, they balance out to make it neutral. let's go over the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season so far. Tropical depression slash invest, we had 5. I mean, invest 91. I mean, invest 90L, 91L, 92L, 93L, 94L. Okay, it's short for investigation area. I don't know why all the L's are there. That's the way they do it in the Atlantic. In the Pacific, it'd be like 97E, 98E. But that's just the way they do it. Out of those 5 tropical depressions slash invest, 2 of those became named storms, Andrea and Barry. Andrea, I do believe, came from 91L. Barry came from 93L. 90, 92, and 94L did not form. 94L became Tropical Depression 3, and that died off at 11 o'clock this morning. Out of those tropical systems, out of those 2 named storms, one of them became a hurricane. That was Barry, that made landfall in Louisiana, but no major hurricanes yet, which is good. So overall, just look at the last 3 ones. Tropical storms, hurricanes, major hurricanes. Current data as of July 23rd. Just do my own little research there. Alright, let's look at some modeling now, as we're making our halfway point of this video. So, looking at the European model, I want you to keep your eye on the Northern Gulf. Don't look at TD3, I mean, that thing's going to die off. But it might get absorbed by a cold front, generate some waves along the East Coast, but not going to do much in terms of, like, rainfall for the East Coast. You can see a little piece of energy, very disorganized. GFS doesn't do much with it either. Although GFS looks a little bit more interesting. I'll show you that after this model. So, let's look. You can see Euro has something diving south according to the latest run, the 12Z run. 48 hours from now. I mean, this is Thursday morning. Then darting back northward, almost like Barry, but Barry came from land and went like this. And motion like that. However, this storm, as according to the Euro, it's going to be like this. It's just going to go down and come right back up the same direction it came down. So here's Friday morning, and there it is. The low, the center low just south of Louisiana coastline. Then making it onshore. When I looked at the window, it said like barely like 20, 25 miles an hour. So European isn't making it very strong yet. Let's look at the GFS. GFS shows something a lot different. I mean, not a lot different, but definitely showing something for me. Here's hour 36. This is like overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Some broad something is trying to form over here. Not looking too organized yet, but watch this. See if I can get it to move. Hour 48, we do start to see some spin. It's a spin that's like this. It's not the most organized spin in the world, but you see some. It's gonna be coming down with the cold fronts. The cold front's gonna come through like this, and along it, when it's gonna stall out over the Gulf, this happened with Barry, and that something could form from that. And you can see it actually has it darting back northward over 4 days from now, making landfall in East Texas. However, again, if I look at the wind guidance, I don't think it's making it too strong. Yeah, like barely like a tropical depression, just like the last one. So, not gonna be very strong. Wind shears aren't that bad overall. We do have some stronger pockets, like in the Central Gulf, but Northern Gulf, you're good. Most of the Western Atlantic, blue and green is what you want to see, though, but blue, meaning the least wind shear. And of course, got the wind shear over the Northeast due to the, severe weather that we did have, because this is over the past 24 hours, and also because of that cold front that we had as well. So, dry air, definitely no dry air, definitely warm ocean temperatures. I will show you that in a little bit as well, like pretty much like right now. No dry air over the Gulf, no dry air over the Northern Caribbean, no dry air over the Western Atlantic, at least closer to home. But you can see TD3, man, for remnants, that thing's got some nice spin. I like it. Nice spin. But just doesn't look, I don't see a clear eye, it doesn't look too organized, but for remnants, that's a pretty, high for the standards of remnants. Looking to your right side of your screen over towards Africa, we have a tropical wave, though. Probably going to get eaten by this dry air, but we'll see. And if it doesn't get eaten by that wave of dry air, it'll get eaten by this one. Too much dry air over there yet, but typical for this time of year. Cyclonic heat, we're starting to get it towards Africa, but really, this is why we look close to home at the early part of the year. Actually, let me make that neon so you guys can see that better. So yeah, we definitely look towards the Western Atlantic and the Caribbean and the Gulf this time of year for development because of the higher oceanic heat, less dry air, less wind shear, all that good stuff. Again, another look at the oceanic heat. Let me make sure, because I gotta stop it. Okay, I might have to go a little bit over 10 minutes, because it tapes 10 minutes at a time. Oceanic heat content here looks like a lot in the Northern Caribbean. Western Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, definitely we're having a lot of cyclonic heat as well. So really going to help have that fuel for more tropical systems. And here we're going to look at our tropical intensity index. And and you will find that where TD3 is, it says highly favorable, but I don't think this is too reliable. But I can't, like, just rule out weather source because it might actually be useful. But it says highly favorable, but I think the conditions were favorable. I just think the wind shear was a little bit too much. But dry air, and we had no dry air and warm ocean temperatures. It's a mix. Okay, where the area by the National Hurricane Center, let's go back to that so you guys know what I'm talking about. This yellow outline here. Where that storm could go, where did I find it? Here it is. It looks like a mix of, green, yellow, and red, so unfavorable to favorable. I'd say it's in the middle for development, but like I said, this is not the most reliable graph, but it does help you. Sea surface temperature anomalies are, like, astounding. Assateague Island, Chincoteague Island, Delaware, Jersey beaches, like, sea surface temperatures are in the 80s already. Wow. Excuse me. Just having a little, hiccups. But Western Atlantic by Bermuda, really warm as well. Central Gulf, I've seen this a while. Central Gulf is a little bit cooler, but the Western Gulf and the Eastern Gulf is a little bit warmer than average. Northern Caribbean towards the islands is warm, but most of the Caribbean Ocean is a little bit cooler than average. But like I said, the Caribbean and the Gulf are just warm, like, pretty much all year round, so they're pretty much going to always be favorable in terms of the sea surface temperature department for tropical development. They're never favorable during the winter time, although I'm sure it has happened over the Northern Atlantic with Alex, I think, back in 2010, I think. Sea surface temperature, I went over 10 minutes, so, but that's okay. And we can see, I'm about to be done, this is my last graph, but as you can see here, before I go to my radar, but 31 degrees Celsius, wow, it's pretty warm. And the Gulf is 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. So as my last slide, let's hop over to my radar, which is the main reason I put my face on the bottom left of the screen today, so you guys can see this. Okay, keep my drawing tool, I'm going to put it on the left. Alright, let's analyze this. Luckily, there's a severe thunderstorm watch for the Carolinas, but the severe part of the storm, as I think it's over. I don't see too much in the way of severe weather with this. High def radar didn't look all that special, but I decided to use classic radar. It actually looks a little bit more high definitional. If that makes sense. We do have a very strong line coming through towards Myrtle Beach, Garden City Beach, Goose Creek, Charleston is heading towards there as well. Wilmington, North Carolina, as well as towards New Bern and Cape Hatteras, all areas that got shattered by Hurricane Florence last year. So, very strong line of storms. Rainfall rates, I'd say, can excess 1 inch an hour at times. And let's read this severe thunderstorm watch, and you can see it doesn't have anything to it. Severe thunderstorm watches basically just listed counties. You can see all these counties on the right side of your screen. They don't really, like, say anything unless it's like a warning. There is flash flood watches. Is that a watch? Yes, it is a watch. But this one actually gave it a good description on. So, portions of northeast North Carolina and Virginia, including the following areas in northeast North Carolina. So, 1 to 3 inches of rain with local amounts up to 4 to 5 inches. Wow. Expected this evening. Under the heaviest rainfall, flash flooding is possible this evening and tonight. So, these areas have been waterlogged, especially like more towards the North Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, waterlogged due to, Florence and the remnants of Florence, and all these other tropical systems that we had 1 or 2 years ago factor into this. If a tropical system happened like 2 years ago, it's not gonna have effect on the soil moisture that much, but still. Rainfall, this band was supposed to come through like central Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania, through, DC, Baltimore, but luckily it stayed farther south. Good, because I gotta go golfing with my dad tomorrow morning, so can't wait to go golfing, so I'm glad this rain is held off in my area today. It's actually not raining outside. Let me look. Yeah, it's been cloudy like all day, which is good. But we do have a strong band of storms heading to the south. These storms weaken, and I learned this like a couple years ago. These storms weaken because they're not like associated, like the closer they are to the cold front and the area of low pressure, the stronger they're gonna get, pretty much. So the fact that these storms are kind of, broken from the center of circulation, I don't see them forming all too much. But still, we still have to watch for some, I don't see any severe thunderstorm warnings, so probably winds will be up to 50 miles an hour, because if there was a severe thunderstorm warnings, winds would get to 60 or 70 miles an hour, which I don't see that being issued, so. Winds up to 50 miles an hour could be expected, some heavy downpours. Watch yourself over there and out near Altoona, and let me lower the opacity, because I think I need to see this better. Alright, I don't know. Let's start with the OPC. So areas around the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, you're gonna need to watch out as well for some heavy rains and some potentially damaging winds at times. But the main plume of rain will move off by tonight, and I did have a. So we're actually gonna look at the dew points. The dew points are gonna just crash, which is good. Very good news. You don't want any more moisture in the air. Let's put it that way. Let's go to the NAM 3CAM premium modeling. I'll try to move down so you can see the whole map. There you go. But look at this. By the time you head into Wednesday, it's gonna take a little bit, but eventually, especially Thursday morning, Wednesday into Thursday morning, 50s all over the place. The cool temperatures. I'm gonna love it, especially dealing with days upon days upon days of 90-degree heat and feeling like 100. I'm tired of that. So glad it's gone. Thank you for watching this video. Again, this was my severe weather coverage and tropical disturbance coverage. Please share this with your friends and tell them to watch the whole video as well as drop a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I am the Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.